Whether they're high paid...
It's not spoken about. It's never spoken about.
...or low paid.
We're not allowed to talk about wages, so nobody has done that.
Talking about salaries is a total taboo.
I will never tell you, because it ain't none of your business or anyone else's business what I earn.
Tonight, that's all going to change. Inspired by a 50-year-old experiment, one of Britain's top bosses is going to get his workers to reveal to each other what they're paid.
I could just feel 35 sets of eyes on my back just waiting for me to get out of the way so that they could actually see what I'd written on that card. PR manager, 56k.
Once pay's out in the open, how will workers feel when they discover they're earning less than their colleagues?
I can't believe I've done £36,000 less than everyone else.
At Pimlico Plumbers, tradesmen like Lurch
Well, look, state of that.
can earn over £100,000 a year.
The best thing's the noises. You get 6 or 7 men full to the brim, and then you clear them. You get this noise, it's like... and then the smell wafts up, and I smell that and I think pound notes.
Good morning, Pimlico Plumbers.
But back at the company's headquarters, there aren't so many people smelling pound notes.
Hi, Mark. Katie, got a job for you?
Most of them would like a pay rise, like 40-year-old canteen worker Tina.
I do feel, you know, that I work as hard as anybody else, but what can you do?
Hello, speaking to
23-year-old Leanne works in the call centre taking bookings alongside Lisa, Ben and Vicky.
Thank you very much, and I'll see you on Friday morning.
They all do the same job, but she's no idea if she's paid as much as her colleagues.
If people are doing the same responsibilities and working the same sort of hours as I am, I would expect them all to be on the same rate, and if they're not, I wouldn't be happy about that.
Downstairs in the garage, workers like Mark have been on the same money for years.
4 years I've been here, working the body shop. I haven't had a pay review since I've been here, no. Who would I go and ask?
So Mark has no idea whether John, who works alongside him every day, earns more or less.
I don't know what other people earn, other people don't know what I earn.
Disclosing your salary goes against the grain, really, doesn't it? It just seems strange and probably embarrassing.
The man who decides who gets a pay rise is company boss and millionaire Charlie Mullins. And he's not happy with the current situation either.
Everybody seems to think they're worth a bit more money, you know what I mean? Every other week people come up to me, can I have a few more quid? You know, I want to have another baby, I want to have an extension, I want to move out. We've never properly had a pay structure. It's always been, oh, you look like you're working hard, give you a few more quid. You look like you're a lazy bastard, let's take a few quid off you, I'll get rid of you. Have I got it right or wrong? I don't know, but I want to get it sorted once and for all, and then hopefully these people stay with me for life.
Charlie wants to find a fairer way to pay his workers. But he's not prepared to put any more money in himself.
I've already got a wage bill of £8 million, and that's a lot of money for 200 people. There ain't no way it's going to come out of my money. I'll pay enough as it is, you know.
Instead, Charlie wants his highly paid plumbers and managers to help out.
Some of them are well overpaid, you know, we pay unbelievably well. And, you know, let's see them take a wage cut, you know what I mean? It's not the end of the world for them, they've still got a job, they're still earning good money, and, you know, let them help out the others. Hello, everyone. Where are you all?
Charlie's kicking off his new pay system in the garage. For the first time in the history of the company, his employees are about to tell each other what they earn.
Right, we've obviously got here today a new wage structure that we want to propose to put for Pimlico. The thing for it to work means we've all got to be open about how much we earn. We need people to either, you know, reveal their wages or grab a cup of tea, you know what I mean?
Charlie decides to lead by example.
It's £1 million. That's me dealt with, so I'm really left it to yourself now. Whoever wants to go to the board, go. Whoever don't want to go to the board...
Yeah, I don't want to reveal my wages, Charlie, so...
Yeah. So you just grab a cup of tea, yeah? All right. Cheers. Anyone else?
I'm going to go.
I mean, you're a manager in this department, and, you know, they're going to be guided by you, so if it's got your backing, it will work better as a working environment. You with me, long term?
Yeah.
I'll have to go first, then.
Well done. All I was saying.
I'm Mark, if you didn't know. And I earn 31.
Simple as that.
My name is Greg, I'm a valeter, and I'm on 21k.
And he's happy.
My name's Adam Wells, and I'm on 25,500.
John in the body shop, 40k.
John's pay poses a massive problem for Mark. For the first time, he knows he's paid £9,000 a year less for doing exactly the same job.
Yeah, it's a bit up and down, isn't it?
The wages?
The low's low and perhaps that high is... Is the high too high or is the low too low?
And there's more bad news.
My name's Nigel and I get 35k.
Adam's just discovered that fellow mechanic Nigel earns nearly 10 grand more than he does.
This is about you lot having a voice in good deal, bad deal, all this kind of thing, you know what I mean? We get out in the open once and for all. All right, fellas, cheers, thanks.
Until now, they've worked side by side, unaware of the huge pay gaps between them. But now Charlie's let the cat out of the bag and challenged them to deal with it.
Yeah, that's more, yeah. I think me and John basically do roughly the same job. It's quite a bit of difference.
Can't see any reason for the wage difference between the two. And I see their work firsthand every day.
We've got Nigel who's on 35 a year, and I'm on 25.5. So it's like here, nearly a £10,000 difference.
Feels quite awkward. Doesn't feel right.
Danny, who's on £40,000 a year, wants to do something practical to cut the tension.
I actually feel quite embarrassed about the money that I'm taking home compared to some of the others, and I'd like to redeploy some of my money to someone who needs it more than me.
Getting such discrepancies out in the open has been a shock for everyone.
You know, this Ben's getting more than the rest, this one's underpaid, this one wants as much as that one. There seems a complete mixture in there, and for them to get their money or to get any rise at all, that's got to come from higher paid people on the company.
And the largest group of highly paid staff are the tradesmen.
I'm hoping that they're in a good mood. OK, first of all, I want to thank everyone for coming along today. You know, I'm sure most of you know we're here to try and put a fair pay structure in place. Some of you have got to expect that it may go down a shade, but you're not obliged for it to go down. In other words, you know, if you feel you're earning too much money... Did anyone not laugh? It may be that I have to put a few quid back in the kitty, you know what I mean? It may be that I get a few more quid. Anyhow, whoever wants to go can go.
Charlie's been hoping that his highly paid tradesmen will be open to the idea of taking pay cuts. But will they be willing to fund a fairer pay system for the company?
I wouldn't be willing to take a pay cut because I work hard for what I do, and I don't think it'd be fair to take a pay cut.
I mean, I can be on the road from 5 o'clock in the morning and I don't get home till 8.
My van's 200 yards down the road. I've got to carry all my tools, 5 flights of stairs. It's not easy.
Petrol's £20 a day, you're parking, you're avoiding traffic wardens when you're sitting around.
It ain't as simple as it looks. We earn our money for what we get.
No one wants to take a pay cut.
No, I wouldn't take a pay cut. Pay rise, yeah, pay cut, no.
Two members of the pay team, Greg and Jane, are going to ask senior managers if they're willing to take a pay cut, starting with Charlie's son, Scott, who's on 120 grand a year.
We're going round and we're asking the higher paid people on the firm if they'd be willing to contribute a fraction of their money to help the lower paid salary people on the firm.
Okay.
It's an idea we're just trying to get together. We're just trying to see what the views are of people.
Yeah. There's a couple of people I would give money to. Only a couple.
Yeah.
And I feel they justify it. The other 197 people, no.
All right. Well, that's fair comment.
Next, they ask HR manager Dom.
Just the man we want to see.
Could he give up some of his 40 grand salary?
Working family guy who's got a lot of commitments to shell out of his wage to give to some single people who live at home with their parents.
Yeah, but why do they live at home with their parents? Because they can't afford to
they're
move out.
18, 19, 20, 21.
And they're on a
I suppose...
wages
you know,
that are tuppence.
Well, I think you know where I'm going with that anyway, so it's a no from me, I'm afraid.
And what about 56 grand a year, Carl?
If you're asking me straight out if I'm going to take a pay cut so that somebody else can have a pay rise, It's a no.
You would not be prepared to.
You are
to give a
100%
slice.
correct. Yeah. It's a big donut.
All right then. Thanks for your time. Come.
You're most welcome.
All right, then, mate. Tell her, mate.
3-0 then. So it's all looking at nose. It's all about the money. Is it great? I don't know. Because some people can't get enough of it, can they? Even though they might be comfortably all right, they still want more. I just can't understand when, you know, all that money and, you know, asking for a fraction of it just to help someone that's, you know, that's really on the breadline. You should be concerned about people that are on the right or left-hand side here working with you. You know, you've got to look after people.
The call centre staff need to raise £17,500 to fund the pay gaps revealed by new starter Ben's wage. And pay team member Leanne's come up with an idea.
Hopefully they're going to get some of the money from the engineers. So what we're going to do tomorrow is going to get 2 of them in to do our job. They get some idea of all the stress that we have to go through.
That sounds fantastic.
She thinks that if the tradesmen realise how hard the work is at the call centre, maybe they'll help out with some money. Drainsman David, known to everyone as Lurch, is one of the few who has refused to come clean about the money he earns.
None of your business or anyone else's business what I earn. You know we earn good money, so that's all you need to know.
Down in the garage, relationships are getting strained. They also need to raise money to make their pay fairer, but since they have little contact with highly paid tradesmen or managers, the only way they're likely to raise it is from each other.
Mark that's asking for a £9,000 rise. You've got me that's asking for a 6,500, and Martin asking for a 2. So just with us here, there's a 17,500 rise that we're asking.
I think it's going to be difficult because I can understand where Mark's coming from with what he wants, but a £9 pay rise is a lot of money.
But then you've got to take into account...
I've worked for the last 4 years and done £36,000 less than everyone else.
Yeah.
It's gutting. I don't even like talking about it because of that. That's why I haven't been out over holiday, I suppose.
But any rise in your wages...
It goes even worse than that, actually, because previous managers have stopped me doing overtime to get my money up. Whereas John's been allowed to do an hour in the morning, 2 hours at night for the last 4 years, and I've been stopped from doing overtime to earn more money.
Yeah.
I'm getting a right hump about it, actually.
Yeah. Perhaps there's people that can take pay cuts. As far as I know, I don't think anyone's suggested they may, except for Danny, who suggested it in our first meeting we had.
I mean, I don't want to take a cut, but if that's what's got to happen, then I can take a small cut. I sort of feel that, I don't know, it might be my duty to give up a little bit of money. I don't know, sort of bloke I am, I suppose. I've been called an idiot before for giving stuff away and whatnot. I just don't know. It's just me, I suppose.
At the moment, taking money from 40 grand a year Danny seems like the only option for the garage staff. Upstairs, can Leanne convince tradesmen Lurch and Andy to take a pay cut they could easily afford?
Right, there's 6 of us, all on a lower rate. As in, for all of us to end up on one basic pay rate,
You need 17
we
grand.
need 17 grand. So, I'm appealing to your better natures. I'm not saying, no, before you go like, okay, like, basically, there's 125 of you. If all 125 of you did this, it would cost you all £3 a week. It's a coffee.
It's like sending money to my country.
I know, but to us lot, that £3,000, to me anyway, means the difference between me being able to pay my rent for 3 months or, like, you know, feeling actually like as if I'm worth as much as somebody who's new and has just been taken on.
At the end of the day, we're paying your wages, and I think
of course
you're
you are.
grateful for what you get as it is, because it's a bloody job to start with, and if you don't like the bugger off, because you are told when you start here how much you're going to get.
Yeah.
You're going to earn. Honestly.
No, I'm listening. It
really rubs my back up, people like this. Like everyone, like even the canteen girls, they're told how much they're going to earn. It's your choice in life to do this job and earn that amount of money. If you want more, then go and do something else. You know, at the end of the day, it's a dog-eat-dog world. I'm only here to earn money for me, not for you, lot.
Okay.
I'm here to earn money. Well, yeah, obviously. Why would I be here to earn money for you?
Because you'd think...
You play with my kids, you take my kids out.
No, we don't. But we do get the jobs...
Why should I...
Okay, so if we all got up and walked out now and were like, sod you all, okay, yeah, you would be able to supply that room with a bunch of new people in a second.
Exactly.
Probably.
So
yeah, but then...
Be grateful you've even got a job here.
Like, I don't know, I suppose I expected you to just...
So give you loads of money?
No, I didn't actually. I kind of guessed that you'd kind of, I don't know, appreciate it a bit more.
Well, I would help out a little bit. How about that? But then I've done that to other charities as well.
I don't think I would. No, honestly, because it's a dog-eat-dog world. It ain't, at the end of the day, it ain't my problem what you earn. Really, what you earn don't affect me, and what I earn don't really affect you.
All right then.
I'm just saying, not being nasty. I don't want to come across nasty, but it ain't my problem.
All right then.
In a nice way.
£3 a week is absolutely nothing, really, but I think that when you say it's as £150, I think engineers as a whole would say, no, I'm not getting involved.
I can understand giving money to the homeless people and things like that in charity. She ain't a charity. She's got a fucking job.
Lurch's attitude is how most of the guys would be on it. You know, you're in a call centre and that's what you're going to get. You know what you was getting from the beginning, so tough.
She ain't a charity, she ain't a tramp. She's got an house, ain't she? What's she money for?
For Leanne, arguing her worth with the tradesman has been painful as well as pointless.
It's just disappointing, really. You know, everyone was so pessimistic about it yesterday. Even call centre staff were saying, well, this is a rubbish idea. Why are you doing this? People aren't actually going to help out. But, you know, it was worth asking, just to see if we could do it.
For the past 3 days, the garage staff at Pimlico Plumbers have been looking at how they can cut their costs.
All right, I'm just wondering if you can take me through a few of your prices.
If they can save enough money, they might be able to get the pay rises they want.
One's £113, the other one's £51. So, you know, there's not a lot of difference between them, but there's a big saving.
It's a very different approach from what company boss Charlie expected. He wanted some of them to take pay cuts to help each other out. So getting him to change his mind could be tricky.
Going up in numbers, like all of us together, will be good to show that we're quite a strong unit, and that, yeah, I'm hoping we can change his mind and make him see what we see.
Go on, just come in.
Most of the garage staff have never been into Charlie's office before, so presenting him with their very different plan is nerve-wracking.
I'm glad you've come here. Well, I'm glad you've come here. Go over it.
Yeah, basically, we've really, as a sort of a group, we're not happy with the idea of having to take money from our colleagues that we work with.
Yeah, we're not happy for them to give money up because we're quite friendly with each other. We know how much of a struggle it is out there, paying the bills. They haven't really got any spare money.
What would you propose?
Yeah, basically, we've looked at what we're spending downstairs in the vehicles. I've got all the prices of parts that we've fitted on the vans over the last year. I've worked out that over a year that we could hopefully save a total of about £31,000.
So if it adds up, then we've got 30k in the kitty. Where does that 30k go?
Well, it could be redistributed to people whose wages need bringing up. And then, you know, if there was some left over, we could reinvest it into the workshop in the form of training so we can keep more jobs in-house.
Fucking hell, you lot should be in management. Oh, well, I'm speechless, if I'm being honest.
That don't happen often, does it?